everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. I have a story that I actually was supposed to be putting out yesterday, but I got distracted with the story about Natalia Grace that now we're going to talk about Jehoon and Deavan, one of the couples, Deavan Clegg, one of the couples from 90 Day Fiancé the other way. This is a young couple. Deavan is 22 years old. She is from Utah, and she fell in love with her South Korean hottie, Jehoon. They met online after talking on Instagram for several months. She went over and visited him, got pregnant, and then came home and was with his child, and they have been following the story for this season, and they are currently filming for season 2. This summer, she gave birth to their son, Tae Yang. I do apologize if I've butchered that name. But the little boy now is 5 months old, and then she has another child who is 3 named Drusilla. Deavan has been, criticized for her parenting a lot. Her daughter Drusilla is very wild, appears to have very free reign to do just about anything. During the season, she has been climbing on countertops and going into cupboards and has little to no boundaries. Deavan actually sleeps still with Drusilla. Drusilla still uses a bottle. Obviously, on Instagram, everyone's been mommy shaming her for not being a good parent, and allowing Drusilla to rule the roost. After giving birth to her little boy, she actually gave birth to him, and Jehoon was unable to make the birth due to him coming early, and they got engaged, and she is now living in South Korea with Jehoon, Drusilla, their new little baby, and whoops, she announced by accident on Facebook that she's pregnant again. So here's a little roundup here of what's going on. So here is Deavan with her little boy. And this was when she announced it. She said, "This photo is the first time I was finally able to hold you. I had an emergency C-section at 36 weeks, 2 weeks early from my original scheduled C-section. When you came out, you had popped 2 holes in your lungs from screaming too loud. It was a very difficult time for me. I was all alone at the hospital for 5 days, but I had you. I spent my entire hospital stay in a wheelchair next to your NICU bed, holding your hand. I didn't sleep. I just wanted to be near you, to the point where nurses were begging me to rest. You were my everything. I love you so much." And then that was the actual announcement. She had to wait to announce the birth of him due to her contract with TLC. And it says, "Our beautiful Tae Yang, Scooty Lee, I'm so blessed to have you in my life. Mommy loves you so much. I'm so happy I can finally show you to the world our amazing miracle." So she just made that announcement 6 weeks ago, and then whoops, on a Facebook group called Western Girls Married to Korean Guys, she wrote, "So I'm currently pregnant and I do not have health insurance in Korea. I don't know where to start or what to do. I just found out my insurance is not international. I'm also unaware of how much it would cost to have a child here, and I'm starting to think I should go back to my home country because of this." And that leaked, which then prompted her to go on Instagram to write, "I was in a private Facebook group that is based in Korea with only Korean-based people, so it's sad to see my personal stuff being leaked when it's in a group. I went in for advice on life in Korea. Just shows you can't even trust people, even if it's not even in your home country." Then she wrote with that post, "Please, out of respect, stop messaging me and asking me. I'm not going to speak about it. I trusted this group and it was my safe space for a long time. I know the person who did this and it saddens me that they did this, but I'm leaving it at that. I need time and I haven't even told my family because of how early it is. So stop messaging me about this topic." Whoops. So she went into a Facebook group, which, by the way, you guys, there is no such thing as a safe space on the internet, particularly if you are a person with a high profile like Deavan, who has a show that's currently airing on TLC. You know there are people in these groups that are specifically looking for dirt and looking to leak information. Sadly, she trusted the wrong people and posted that pregnancy announcement asking questions to people, and it is everywhere now. So people on Instagram were asking her about it. People talked about how this got leaked out. Screenshots were shared. Instagram pages started picking it up, and then it started getting filtered onto the wider internet with getting picked up on like blogs like Starcasm, Reality Tea, and Soap Dirt. So I actually found this right away in the morning. I think one of my subscribers popped me up as soon as she posted it. I had all of the screenshots ready for you guys for tomorrow, for today, or for yesterday, and it didn't get it until today. So she is now 5 months postpartum and pregnant again, which is really scary, you guys. I know a lot of you have babies right after another, but typically it's really difficult. She had a really hard pregnancy. I believe she had some sort of complication, whether it be gestational diabetes or no, she had high blood pressure. Given the fact that she had a high risk pregnancy, she's 5 months postpartum and now she's going into another pregnancy. That's scary. I mean, she's young. I think she's only 22 years old, but at the same time, like, wow. Back-to-back high-risk pregnancies, now in a foreign country. I'm not sure that they're even married yet. They've been playing around and teasing people with wedding photos on their Instagram, but it's not clear if they're actually married. She refers to him as her husband, but I don't really know. And obviously with their contracts, they can't really say anything. So 5 months postpartum, correct. That's scary because the average time, according to the March of Dimes, and I only know this because I've done a lot of stories on birth, the typical woman needs about 18 months to 2 years to actually recover fully from a pregnancy. And if you've had one premature birth, like this baby would be, 36 weeks would be considered at the very end of a premature birth. In this case, she runs a higher risk again now of having another premature birth. I believe once you have one, you're more likely to have another. I had my son at 35 weeks and they told me that I had like a 50% chance of having another preemie. Yikes. So once you've had a preemie, it's super hard on your body. Once you've had high blood pressure, she's going to likely have the same complication again. Now she's in a foreign land without insurance. Scary. Now, the weird thing here is, on top of all of that, she is like in Korea. And who's that in the background? It's Brittany DeJesus. Yeah, Teen Mom 2 Star's sister. So that's Brianna's sister, Brittany, there, visiting them in South Korea. So there's the little baby. And then there's another photo of Grandpa with his grandson. A lot of people were wondering whether Drusilla was actually home, like in South Korea, because she went for a few days before bringing Drusilla over to make sure that everything was prepared for them, which it at the time was not. And Jihoon admitted to her that he had a ton of debt, but lo and behold, Drusilla is there, and she has said on Instagram that she only actually spent 9 days away from mom, and she is now living in South Korea. But there she is again. So Brittany is showing up all over this woman's Instagram. And apparently, according to Deavan, she actually met her on Instagram. They became Instagram friends. And then Brittany decided to go visit her in South Korea. Talk about random. I don't even understand this. Like, how would these two even be connected? Like, Brittany is in Florida. She doesn't have a kid. Devan's from Utah. What would these two have in common? I'm so confused. And then now Brittany's literally in South Korea visiting them. Weird. So weird. I don't know that I would have ever... oh, she loves K-pop. Well, I guess that would make sense. But yeah, it's kind of a random connection, two completely different worlds, but it's from two networks that love to exploit people, TLC and MTV. So there you go. They have that in common. The new season of Teen Mom 2 is currently airing on MTV. This current season of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, is currently airing on TLC. I think the season is about to be wrapping up, according to multiple reports. She and Jahoon are currently filming season 2, and there has been a lot of interesting developments with Deavan too, because not only is she pregnant, but only a couple days ago she was calling out Laura Jalali for faking her pregnancy. So apparently Deavan says that Laura developed this plan as a way to take heat off other cast members or something, and she made up the entire story. She knew she was lying that she was pregnant, and she did it anyway, and Deavan called her out for doing that. And that was like all over Instagram. That was like the big drama with 90 Day Fiancé, and then boom, whoops, you're pregnant. Damn. Do these two not understand, like, they should use protection? I mean, she's probably breastfeeding, but still, like, breastfeeding, you still get your period. I know when I was breastfeeding, I had my period 3 months after having my baby. So, I don't know. It's kind of odd that, you know, you're already pregnant and you're in an unstable place in your relationship, and your soon-to-be husband is super broke, and until recently you were living with his mom and dad in a one-bedroom apartment in South Korea. You cannot make this stuff up. Yeah, so she has no health insurance, and she might have to return to the United States to have this baby. Wild. So wild. All right, you guys. So this is all I've got for this story. I'll be back in a little while. I'm working on a new story about a fake beauty influencer that I have been following for the last few months, named Lily Jean. She has somehow amassed over 1 million subscribers on Instagram, yet has a YouTube channel with only 3,200 subscribers. And she is conning people into believing that she is an actual influencer, when people have been speculating on Reddit that she is buying her subscribers. And she recently, and it's funny because one of my subscribers, Jessica, has been begging me to do this story, and I have a ton of screenshots, and I have been following this for months. I just haven't had time to do it. Well, now she's in the news because somehow she was able to, another beauty influencer is accusing her of getting her Twitter account disabled, and now Marlena Stahl of Makeup Geek is asking everyone who's had threatening messages from Lily Jean to contact her. And I can certainly say that when I tried to reach out to Lily Jean and question the fact that she had photoshopped her head onto Katy Perry's Oscar outfit, I got blocked. And I was told I was a liar and a bully. And that's what these people do. So if you're interested in a story about a fake influencer conning people and getting people's Twitter accounts disabled, let me know. I'll do some more digging. And if you have any dirt on Lily Jean, let me know, and send me a message on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, which are linked in my descriptions below. And before you leave, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. All right, you guys, bye.